45 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Here's how things stand at this point, heading into the last hour of the day. We're back to positive, 0.2 for the S&P and the Dow, 0.6 for the NASDAQ, having a nice day. Here in Toronto, we're dead flat. Positive down at the bottom here for cryptocurrencies as well. Earnings season, guys, that means there are really impressive moves if you go out into the market today, including Domino's Pizza up 16%, $500 stock. Lots to get to, guys. Let's get into it.
That's right. We got a lot to cover here. We'll always have a lot to cover because there's plenty of stocks that are moving here today. Neuro is one of them. NRXP, I'm looking for ones that are going to be strong, relatively speaking, because a lot of these 100% club stocks are coming back into the downside. NRXP, not so much, holding above VWAP here, up over 50%, guys. So it's still on a bit of a run. The volume sustaining through. We're going to get to Neuro in a second, long at 26, but semi. This one has been a problem for, I haven't traded since the morning and basically had to fail a breakout only. And then you're going to see it's come all the way back here, down towards that $4.5 range. So it's trying to hold up at some of these lows and not doing a fantastic job of it just yet. This is like this last-ditch effort, I think, for this stock today, guys. It's pre-market lows are down at 430, but this higher low that it put in at 460 is being threatened. And if that goes, all kinds of trouble here for CEMI. It's a bit of a gong show. I thought there was a chance to break out at 505 here, and then it went the other way. Still has a chance. I mean, here's 460. That's the higher low. If it can bounce, maybe it's got a little something good for it. The volume tremendous, of course. I just got that Neuro trade, and watch out. Going to be trading some NRXP. And don't forget earnings aftermarket. You got Intel and you got Snapchat and Twitter, so they should be on the move, especially for the imbalances, Sean.
As I just clear. How come I was fine and then all of a sudden I'm trying to talk and I can't talk anymore? Excuse me. All right. Let's get ready to rock and roll. All right, AMC new position alert. We just took it for the first time. Just noticing here that the bottom on AMC, 37.20, big move to the downside here. It started off great morning for AMC up to that 41, 42 area, and then just been negative all the way down. It tried to crack through 39, wasn't able to do it. So we'll take a shot right now on AMC. Take this long here into this bottom. We are looking at these consolidated bottoms as well. And then, unfortunately, if we do get that break, here's a 20 period. You go back to 37, which was right down here, back on the 20th. So 2 days ago, we did have a bottom tick there near that 20 mark. So, near that 37 mark. So we'll see. We'll average into this trade as it comes in, but so far so good. I mean, we're in the money here. How much? 15 cents. Okay, that's nothing. All right, back to another trade here that we've had all day, and we'll say what's up to our friends holding NVIDIA with us as we bottom picked here when it was the bottom. It held out at our 192.50 area, very, very lucky, and then all the way back to the upside. And of course, we take a piece out now as we dance around VWAP, $1 in the money on this trade, so that's starting to go as well. And then, hey, this is going to be the trade of the day as we... That's pretty close. As we go, because look at this one, man. We talked about this early. It's on our watch list. It's on the sticky note today, and that is DIDI to the short side, now down that SSR level of 10.6%. So anytime you're down 10%, you can no longer hit the bid. You got to get short off the offer. So that's created a little bit of a slowdown in this name, but we're already at all-time lows right now. And look at this, protected at 25. So, we're going to hold on to this and see where we go, but generally at this time of day, I like to hold on and see if we can breach that low, even though there's size there. It may turn out to be a mistake. If you're still short with us and you don't have market data like we do, just note that that 25 is coming and it's right there right now. Let's see about a market on close and balance, possibly wiping that 25 out in 40 minutes. The market's closed, so get ready to exit some of your positions. What's up, Brendan?
Fan favorite from way back at the beginning of the pandemic, guys. CODX having itself quite the day, improving their intellectual property portfolio with a new patent today announced. So a nice day here for CODX. Got as high as 11 there a few times and has since come off quite sharply. Back to $10 here for CODX.
It's like you knew, Brendan, but I was staring this one in the face. I, as a matter of fact, have a stop order, and look, you're going to get a push. It makes a top at about 10.15. It then breaks that out, and on the pullback, this is 10.15 again before it rips to the high. We just breached that, so a bit of a failed break. I'm looking at that low that it just put in, 10.10. we break that, I'm going to go to the south side of this trade. Look, it's obviously going to make a big move here. The volume sustaining, but it looks like it has a chance to break to the downside. I'm going 10-10 on the stop on CODX. We actually have shortable shares. Don't have to pay for them. NRXP, which we said was looking pretty strong, is continuing to do so. It's bounced off VWAP one time here, but couldn't take out this high. This will be 1675 or so, call it like 1680. I definitely like a shot in front of 15 on a dip. If it wants to give me that trade, maybe rinse and repeat it a couple times. Otherwise, let's go breakout. NRXP volume still pretty solid. One of the stronger names here. Neuro should cover this. They're not there now, but there was a buyer. I actually shorted Neuro, and then there was a buyer that just stepped up for like a bunch of shares. I was like, yeah, get out, get out, get out, and then went long in front of it. I've seen it twice. It's been filled once. It's pulled another time. I'm just hanging on to this reversal. This is on volume. You can't see. This is on volume that Neuro was spiking to the upside here, right? And then there was that bid that was stepping in. So, it was left for dead after some great trades this morning and coming back to life for the power hour because that's what these things do. Let's go, Neuro.
Let's go, Neuro. Yeah, we averaged in as well at that very bottom. So we did take the 27 break as we come live on the show, and then we just took that average in as well right there. So let's see how high Neuro goes. I mean, whether or not we take out this VWAP, I'm sitting right there at 28. So if we can get a 28 print, I'll take half out for there for sure. And then we'll see about, again, the high spot. We did have this great trade in the morning. We let it go like $12 in the money and then just rode that one all the way back. So a great trade here, hopefully. Now, 80 cents in the money? I don't know.
Sean, I gotta hit this key because I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. The first time I took the long and I didn't get back in average in like you did. And I think part of the reason was I had a chance to get it out at 27, then get back in when it dipped. I want to make sure I'm rinsing and repeating. This time of day, I like to be able to make that play. It is this previous low around 26, 26.50 that it looks like it's trying to hold, then 25 even. So a dip between 25 and 26.5 makes some sense to me. If it comes back down there, I'm going long. I know it feels like a downtrend, bounce off VWAP, but you get that volume spike in during power hour, and these things tend to have a second wind in them. Obviously, Semi doesn't, but Neuro does look like it has that same second wind. We're going to be all over that one. And now let's not get too far away from IGC. I don't think we didn't trade this one in the morning show. Whoops. IGC. No, IPA. That's why it's IPA on the next.
Yeah, we crushed IGC, man.
Yeah, IGC is the one that got crushed. IPA, this was the one that we didn't have in our system. Dual listed. We could have been trading this on the venture. It went all the way. That 10 break was gold. We were talking about 10 breaking, and then it happened when we were doing the interview and couldn't trade in the US, but you could have had that trade in Toronto. If this thing gets back below 1050, you still have that 10 retrace that it could hold, but it's coming back in the way in. The only things I see strong are Neuro off the bottom, that NRXP, IPA looking pretty weak as well, coming back in, but it's got to break 1050 for me to short it. The same way CODX has to break 1010.
All right, gift horse or not, I'm looking it directly in the face right now with NVIDIA because this is a big move upside here. So we're going to go 195.65, still ripping this to the high side. We're $1.30 in the money on this trade. So let's see if we can continue to go upside here on NVIDIA. It's an old name, but a same trick here as we go. We've been watching this all day, so that's going to be one for us. Our AMC trade, okay. Up to 85. We got a nice little win here. We'll see if we can go longer. I'm still looking at this 38.10 break. So we may get out some here at 38 if I can. Put in our pocket 40 cents, and then we'll watch out for that 38.10 break on the upside there. But right now, AMC looking pretty sweet right now. And there it is, guys. I got out there again on Neuro on that top. Look at that. So I take Neil's word there on the gift horse. It goes all the way back. Although I don't understand what looking a gift horse in the face is. When you have a winning trade, to me, I think that's not a gift, that's just a strategy. But I guess when it's bouncing around like this, yeah, just a saying, I know. And then I more look at it like you have multiple chances to reload, and then it keeps coming back up, and then it keeps coming back down. So to me, this one, I think that's a perfect example right now of not, getting too greedy here. Because how many times have we seen this 27.25 as the high? So yeah, I am going to take this out at 27, the same spot there, and now we're going to enjoy a $1.30 win right now on Neuro and see how high we can go from here. But Brendan, give us another name, bud.
A couple of things. Steve G was talking about ChargePoint, CHPT. A couple things to be aware of when it comes to ChargePoint. We talked about this yesterday, but remember Tesla talking about opening up their charging network to multiple different manufacturers when it comes to being able to charge their electric vehicles on said network. So Tesla opening up their network kind of means less opportunity maybe for the charge points of the world. And then the other point here I'll mention real quick, guys, they picked up this Has2B, which is a software platform, so a software platform in the EV charging space as well. So 250 million euros, or about 300 US. They picked up that acquisition as well for ChargePoint, guys.
You do not want to trade blind, and you do not have to trade blind as long as you watch this show and you listen to everything that Brendan says. I'll come back to see me. I'm about to get an average in here. Well, not an average in. I guess a reload is what I'm talking about here on Neuro. I actually wanted to break, well, I don't want to break 26. I wanted to price closer to 25 or 25.50 if it wants to give me the dip. So I'm just going to, this is good enough. We'll go 25, 75 or so. So just got that reload. But this CMI, it did break that 460. I mean, it's heading down towards this fresh low the low in the morning here, opening range 430. If it doesn't bounce there, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, this is actually coming off. I thought there'd be a bit of a bid. Nothing. It just can't seem to find any support. But the reload is now on for me in that Neuro trade. Here we go. Got some out so that we could buy this dip. Yeah, I'll rinse and repeat that. I mean, if you want to give me another dollar scalp trade in front of that 27, I'll go ahead and take it and then continue the rinse and repeat. It's consolidating up here. The volume's maintaining. So eventually, hopefully, we'll get that break back above VWAP, guys. And then if it does that, all systems go, I'll show it over here, 30. And then you get that 34 area where it did have that deep pullback at the open. So Neuro, there is a second life on some of these stocks, and Neuro's trying to find it here. NRXP continues to basically hold this top end of the range. I do have a stop to go long if it takes out this lower high. It is in a nice bounce back trend. I mean, you can draw a trend line if you want to, if you're into that sort of thing. You are seeing one form to the upside, heading towards a bit of a break on NRXP. So Neuro NRXP, I have no short trades on, which is a little bit strange for me. I took my DD trade off. I mean, that was one of those you just never really had to get out. That's why it's a trade of the day here, both because it was on the watch list and the preparation, but also the execution and the hold. That's one of those interesting ones. I mean, I want to be, you always put a closing order, auction order, just get out at the close.
Yeah, I don't think that's a horrible idea either. A shout out to, where was it? Oh, APD. Okay, we'll look at all these stocks. Someone asked me about Snapchat, and if Miss V, if I could put you to work right now. Here it is, Luis there. We did release a video on our thoughts on earnings. So if Valeria could find the link to that on our Trader TV Live page, she'll post a link in the chat right now. We talked about Snapchat. We talked about a little bit about Twitter. And then Neil, there was a little bit of talk about Intel. That's the other name. So we already have that video out. So Valeria will put that link in the chat when she grabs that one as well. Okay, Neuropop. Here we go. So we're long here. We didn't get taken out. We'll get taken out down here if we break. But we're going to watch out for this 27.50 top. If it comes, it comes. Great. We'll take that. It's 50 cents now in the money. So, okay. DD continues to go downside. Look at this level there. I know there's some talk about this level. It's not that many shares. I mean, we've done 52 million shares. That's only 130,000 on NASDAQ. That's what NSB means, NASDAQ book. And then New York book, we have another 1,200 shares times 100, so it's 120,000. And then on ARCA, just, anyways, it just keeps on going. But look, I mean, there's a third of that right here on a random 27 level. So we could definitely break that break that low of 25, and I don't think there'll be a problem there at all. Microsoft, man, I mean, you want to talk about one of my favorite stocks. We'll jaw drop on this one today. Oh, no, I can't even show you because this wick, that's embarrassing. But here we go. We're long right away off the open. We talked about that. It's on the sticky note, and there it goes. 284.60. The high of Microsoft today, 286.60. So that's a $2.50 winner or so on the long side of Microsoft if you held it. And let's go NVIDIA right now, taking out these levels. This is exactly, and again, apologize for these D prints, but hey, if they're here, we quote them. We have a full array of the tape right here. So we do quote every single print that comes down, and sometimes it gets painted on the chart. Apologies for that if you see that. But right now, it's coming up to these same levels that we already emptied out on. But NVIDIA is going to be my #1 stock today, most likely. Neuro pending this current position. But NVIDIA right now, a couple killing killer spots for us. Buy that dip there. Got hit there, but we waited for that 192.50. Didn't hit. That's a great little opportunity to buy there. I should have, if we weren't filming, we would have hit some of these levels, 193.50, but right to the upside now it goes. I'm going to use this VWAP as my out. So all the way back here, 195.19. I'm almost thinking I might get a piece out right here. We break back down. Yeah, let's get a piece out if we break back down below 50 here, because we're $1.50 in the money. So let's not give this back. We'll take $1.25 on half of it, and then we'll hold for the home run as we go. But right now, NVIDIA is a nice one. Throwing some cash around on that name, guys.
Yeah, and the CODX bounced off the bottom, but an NRXP is coming into VWAP here, guys. So there's a couple looks we had. I mean, 1010 didn't break on CODX, so you can see a nice support level, but it can't even, like, NRXP can't even get into that 15 range. It's already starting to stall out here at about 1587. So buying that dip, getting a little bit more tricky as it continues that upward trend. What I might do is just, like, scalp into a small amount here, leave myself some room in case it bounces off 1510 or so, and then we can play up here. So it's going to be a more of a tight trade. And then that CODX, I know everyone's looking at the upward trend. There's a big cluster at like 10, call it 1055 to about 1080 that I might look for a quick little rollover trade on CODX if it does start to turn around. I still prefer going short at 1010 if it breaks. I think there's more momentum in that play. But for now, if it's going to stall out at an obvious price, I'm going to go ahead and try to take that. So into NRXP. Look, I'm probably going to find some place to get short for a quick tight stop trade on CODX for sure, but not in a short trade just yet. It's just a couple longs for me.
All right, I see everybody here talking about APDN. I'll talk about it, guys, but don't spam over and over the chat. I mean, we do see it, especially if you're a member. It's easy to see that mark as well. I don't know. Did Brendan come with any? Did you come with news on this, Brendan? I might have missed it, but APDN up that 39%, but it started early. I mean, didn't start early, but it started here 1 o'clock or so. It started to make the moves. Now you're seeing some volume kicking in right here as well. If I take this out to a bigger chart here, a day chart, it's already hit that exact high of $8 again there. So I'm taking the breakout. If this hits 8 again, I'm going to take that breakout through $8 on APDN, which is applied DNA sciences. Okay, so that's probably why it's ripping here. I mean, again, there may be no news. There's probably some rumors on this name, but $8 looks to be that.
That's a gold level on the daily.
Yeah, gold, cash, money. So we'll see if that can hit that, and then we'll get out of that. But right now, I mean, everything's ripping for me beautifully. AMC, though, is starting to come down a bit, but this is the one name that I'm not really worried about. We're in right here. We'll get longer here, and then if it breaks 37, we have it defined out. So APDN is a name I'm looking at. Neuro, we withheld that little dip. Nothing really up. We'll see if we take out VWAP still. That's going to be a good trade, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, both these longs, the Neuro's basically flat for me. I'm not going to look the gift horse mouth again. If it gives me 50 pennies, I'm just going to rinse and repeat and get out at that one. And then we're basically flat on that NRXP. It's like the same thing. Like it was at like 92. It's not dipping into VWAP, but that's too good of a level on APDN not to have a look at it. Just watch out for like maybe a fail break, something along those lines. You could turn into a jam short, but I'm not really thinking about that right now. I'm thinking about that long. There are other names in the market. The market's at the highs, and when you're going to have something like that, I just want to show you Tesla, which was, the only reason I'm noting here is it's falling back down, which was putting in a bit of a recovery. I had one dip buy in Tesla and then a short that I took off because it lacked momentum and didn't do any bottom picking, but Tesla rolling back over below VWAP, so showing some signs of weakness here, unfortunately. This gets back below 650, and ooh, not going to like it. Tesla might be heading down towards those lows. Brendan?
On that applied DNA, guys, a couple of things. There was an article being circulated on Twitter that I saw that was basically implying that they were looking at some sort of challenge study for a COVID-related treatment coming up next month. I want to show you this as well, though. A teeny, tiny, little, very, very small company, $41 million market cap. This might be the bigger story here. 6.7 million share, free float. Low floater of the day, guys.
3.7.
That's too funny, low floater. Okay, I like that one, Brendan. You're the best. Okay, low floater. So we don't want to keep any low floaters around. Let's just see what happens here as it's going to break 8. So we're going to go long through $8 here. As long as we don't miss it, we should be able to get that. So here goes APDN here. The low floater there. So let's see if it, okay, here it goes. Wow, no, it resists 8 there. We're not long, I don't think. No. We'll wait to see it goes. And again, these are my hands off, right? So we have the conditional order in. If it breaks 8, the system knows what to do. Get me long. So there we go. So now we're long APDN, and now we got to focus. So there's the 8 break. Now where are we wrong? Okay, we're wrong right here, 750. So I'm going to give this one 50 cents. I mean, it could rip down to 750 and then rip back up, but hey, I mean, right now at the end of the day with only 25 minutes left, If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Maybe we'll give it down to that wick there, but it doesn't matter. Either way, into this area here, I like this long. We just talked about why it was a key level there. But again, just because it's a key level, you know, it hit there and then closed here, so 727. So, you know, this doesn't mean that just because it takes that out, that it has to go, right? So just be very, very disciplined with your trades. You don't want to give back everything. There's no way in hell that I'm ever going to do that. As AMD, I love AMD. We can talk about that all day long. As we're long in the 70s on that name, AMD 91 today. Nice move upside for right now. NVIDIA taking out some of these levels right back to where we opened on NVIDIA, up that 1% now. So we're right into this area, 196.50. Let's see if we get a rip going on this one. And then my APDN still chilling like a villain, but not to the upside. It's reversed off that 8.
Yeah, I'm just sort of watching tape here, and you can sort of see there's actually bids like every 5 or 10 cents on that APDN. You're not seeing a ton of like volume selling. Like if we look at the tape, it's not a ton of it, but you have to look back, and 750 is going to definitely stand out. I actually think it has a chance that, look, here it goes. It has a chance that if it does a crazy wick down, there might be a bit of a bid at that 750. I mean, I want to stop below it, but if it does resist it, I do want to see if I can't get a quick little jam with some more shares to the long side, which would be lower risk than the breakout that we have, to be sure, but it is what it is. I see that setup. I like it. I was able to get some more shares down there. I just wanted to play those. These ones I actually want for a bit of a rubber band play. Like I'll scalp some of that out. It's almost like 2 trades in one. Like hold this for an extended move like the 850 or 9. But then if you can catch that dip, I want to scalp those out between like 70 and 790, guys. So let's see what happens. It's not a guarantee, but I see the setup, and I'm like, if I was flat, would I be buying this dip? Answer yes. Do I have the risk to it? Yes, so might as well put the trade on, guys. So it's a little bit of a different look here. So we'll get some out. Quick little scalp there for like 10 cents. I'll take 15 to 20 on the next leg out, and then just hold the rest like we were doing for the breakout anyways, guys. So that's APDN. I can tell you NRXP is like really, this is what you're gonna do? They get barcodes for a little bit, and I was like, yeah, I'll scalp some of this thing out. I still want that break, and I still have the breakout for 1680. But for the one that I thought was going to be strong, it is not doing a heck of a lot in this nice little upward trend that it has going on here. So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I have it at 1590. I might just, you see me on the offer, not might just. I'm sitting here trying to take 40 pennies and then just wait for it to break out. So either takes the top or whatever. I'll just take this out for the small win that it has here because it's not going. And I gave up Neuro. I don't want to turn red on the stock, and it couldn't hold 25, so we'll just take it out. Last trade of Neuro, not a good one, is what it is.
Okay, I'm not going to put Brendan on the spot here, but maybe he can answer this because he doesn't really, I don't know if he sees the chat as much. He's too busy looking at stuff. But if you have any tricks to small caps, maybe Brendan can come up with that, or we'll do a segment on that tomorrow, or if he has couple quick words, Brendan, at some point you can kick in with that. You know, I mean, I don't really know what the trick is, but we'll see what Brendan has to say for that one. I mean, I have a few ideas, but I'll leave that to Brendan if he does have anything to say on that one. But thank you, Mike, for the super chat. We try to address them all. So I think we do a good job of that. And if you watch the small cap recap that Brendan does every single morning, I know you're on this, Mike, so you can go back. What time does that happen, Brendan?
10:20.
10:20. So if you want to refresh back to 10:20 every single day, you'll be able to see that Brendan's recap of small cap recap, and you should be able to see some ideas there. But maybe he has an answer for us soon. But okay, DIDI, I just want to bring that to everyone's attention now because look what's happening. So this is what happens when a stock is SSR, right? You basically can only get short 26 now. You can't get short 25 because you can't offer into this price. It won't take, right? And if your broker lets you do that, then that's simply not allowed. So you're not supposed to be able to hit the bid right now. So you get a lineup right here with all these different gateways, everybody trying to get short into 25. So they're hoping that they can, you know, a buyer comes, wipes this out, everybody gets short, and then on the uptick, hopefully they can slam that back down. But what's up, Brendan?
I was just going to mention, guys, on that, and yes, it's a really good idea. We should do something more in depth when it comes to trading small caps in general, but I feel like one point that stands out more than any is less is more. So I can show you one chart here today of this eyes from this morning, and don't worry about my trades. Just look at the bottom here. Look at how quickly, and it's hard to see, but maybe if I move that up a little bit. Trust me when I say, there we go, that's better. Trust me when I say that the volume dies off on some of these very, very quickly. So you have to be involved when the stock is active and when the stock is doing a lot of volume. So once it's done, you can see I haven't touched this thing for the rest of the day. You know, be involved when they're active, when they're not active, get out of the way, move on to the next idea, guys.
Yeah, on to the next one. And look, APDN, we did that little scalp trade off of 750, but the breakout loses for me. DTST, it is halted, volatility halted, it'll open in a couple of minutes, but NRXP did make the break. So we did take that dip buy. We did get that out for profit. We then finally got the break. It looked a gift horse in the mouth, or whatever phrase you want to say. I had a chance to take that quick little bit out when it first tested 17. I didn't do so I also haven't reloaded on it. Now that I've gotten that profit, it's actually weird. So NRXP, which I think at first I was like, yeah, this is one of these that looks pretty strong. Nice upward trend. It actually holds a higher low and has been forming an upward trend. I finally bought the dip and finally caught a break. I'll hang on for 18s, a lower high here, just because it's 340. I mean, we have only 19 minutes until the close. A lot of times on a symbol like this, it's unlikely this late that it'll take out the high of the day. And even if it does, sometimes it's after 4 o'clock. You know, Sean and I got to be flat by the end of the day. So that means NRXP got to put a target in front of that. If you can give me $1, I'll be happy to take it on this latest entry point here. But it'll be in front of that 18, not even the 1828 high that this stock is put in. Yeah, you're right, CODX. I really thought this was going to break down. Good on the bulls. If you're long this one, yeah, pretty good sign. Holding that 10-10. I still have my stop order to go short, but I'll probably cancel it if it doesn't break here in the next, call it 10 minutes, of course, before 350. Not a trade I want to put on in the final 10 minutes. Certainly have a chance to do it because it is coming back in here. It gave you that nice little reprieve off that level if you're long, but looks like it's coming right back down to test it. I just want that fill in the next 5 to 10.
Hey, Nicole Harris, what's up? Hola to you too, Nicole Harris. Thank you for watching the show again. And Asana, what is that? That's not ASA. I'll find the ticker for that. Asana, ASSANA. I'm not sure. Yeah, the S is too much. ASANA. Yeah, okay, we'll find that out. If it is a runner, then obviously we'll come there. And that's why I didn't want to not steal Brendan's thunder. I mean, that was perfectly said. But I mean, I really think that when you're looking at a stock like Neuro, I mean, here's another example, right? The volume just picking up like crazy here off the open. He had a good one with eyes. And then again, look at the volume starting to pick up here, and look at both times where we're involved, right? So I think that that's key. You got to be around when the players are there, right? Like the players ball. So you got to get involved there. AMD and NVIDIA both ripping to new highs. Okay, DIDI, I see you. Now we'll see what happens. And again, we're not expecting this to continue to fall down because you can't hit the bid, right? So it takes out that 25. Now I expect it to drip. We'll see what happens. Okay, Toronto imbalances are out now, so we're getting very, very close. We're looking for M's, not K's. There it is again, a K. So nothing here on the imbalances again. I don't know, Enbridge is there. I mean, we like Enbridge there. We like TD Bank, and I don't know, nothing really on there. CP is there. Yeah, National Bank. Okay, so that's it. So nothing on there, and then we'll check out the New York imbalances and the NASDAQ imbalances that come out very, very soon at 350, 350 coming your way. So look, I mean, NVIDIA's $1.70 in the money. AMD's been an absolute rip snorter today. Nothing but love for you, AMD. We love this stock. I absolutely and enamored with this, but I'm not very happy that it's come up to 95 a couple times. And I already talked to Brendan about this today, and he's making me mad because Brendan is trying to be responsible here, which is probably the right thing to do because we've seen it too many times. And this is, again, more talk. This is a daily chart here. And how many times have we come up here to 95, 96 and then retraced? Well, talk about once. This is kind of all the same. Twice, we'll call that twice there, and then basically right there, because we retrace to 85, we come up to 95 again, and then it falls down. Then we try again right there. We fall all the way back down, and then again right there, and then now we're back up. So there's the 50-period moving average. We bounce off there like a glove, and then now we'll come up here to 95, 96, where Brendan is probably going to get some out, which I think is a smart thing to do. I may just join him, but we'll see on AMD earnings. I'm never going to forget when I sat here, and we were hella long AMD, and this day, right here in the aftermarket, it touched. I'm pretty sure it touched. Yeah, they don't have all the prints here, but I was sitting here. It touched 99.99, basically, right there in the dark pool. So that was the highest ever for AMD, and it was on one of their earnings reports back on January. So we'll see what happened again. This was a big earnings report day again back here, April 29th, where it was starting to rock and roll. We thought we had it, and then bang, right back into the same level. So for me, you know what that level is for me, guys. If you know it, you're probably saying in your head right now, what did Sean do at that level? He did a...
Okay, I'm reloaded.
reloaded that, put that in the chamber, and then went right back to the upside right here. So, hey, look, you can reload as much as you want, but if you don't fire off the winners, you're not going to take them. So watch out for 91 there. I think that's a good play. And by the way, NVIDIA screamed to the upside right here as it's still going, guys. Now taking out, now up that 1%, trying to go through 196.50. If we can get that, then we'll just top off another banger of a day.
Yeah, and if you draw a trend line on that APDN, you're going to get just pulling back hard into the 7 even area, and also AEHR pulling back into a breakout price from $6. So a couple of names to watch. APDN was not a good break. There's actually the 15-minute chart, but here it is. That's not a good breakout. We did do the dip buy. That was actually pretty solid. Scalps them out, but the breakout's a loser. When I meant by like draw a trend line, yeah, sometimes you get that big, crazy candle, and you're just looking for whipsaw action, bouncing off a level like this. I end up getting like a 97 in. This will be like, if it just bounces to VWAP, I can get right out in like a 715 to 720. Just looking to see it go right back into that upside. It's already pushed down. I mean, straight without any reprieve. You're talking about a full over dollar move here. And then there's a support level down at like 6. That's really 666. Of course, it's 666. What other number could it possibly be? But APDN, hard reversal off of that top, guys. And yeah, NRXP, dip buying in front of 16. Dip buy was good the first time. Breakout was also good. I'll dip buy again on NRXP, something that's continuing to be strong in the afternoon and not pulling back like the rest of these names. Brendo?
Just reading about wing stop, guys, and thigh stop, even more importantly. Miss V, write this down. Apparently, July 29th is National Chicken Day. So we will we'll talk about this coming up on July 29th because, guys, Wingstop, where is it? Let me show you, is reporting the night before. So their earnings are July 28th, one day ahead of National Chicken Day, which comes amid a national chicken wing shortage, apparently. So Wingstop, guys, having itself a day here, 5.5%.
I mean, whenever we talk about chicken, I mean, there we go. So, all right, that's good. A little dance at the end there. Okay, so we'll wait to see on that one. Chicken dinner winners today everywhere. Hopefully we can turn AMC into some chicken dinner. Look what we said about DIDI. It's just going to drip down, guys. I mean, I don't have a target for this. My target is the closing print, so we'll see where it goes on that close. I'll just get out with like a minute to go. Or if it comes a sell on the imbalance, oh, this is another thing. You can only offset the imbalance. So when it says a sell, I can only get out if I'm buying something back through, right? So that's that trade. Hopefully that makes sense. And if it's not, I'll explain it more when it comes out. Okay, AMC. Where was my bid? 40? My bid was at 40 to get more. It stopped at 45 and then started to go upside. So if I'd gotten those 40s and we could retrace all the way back up here, that would have been a good spot to get some out now. But I'm still playing this 37, and we'll play the 37 break if it comes as well. Just not been a strong name today. Haven't traded it at all, and now we're trying to go long. So shout out to Ape Nation there. Maybe if I hit this thing, we'll get it to go. Here we go. Let's go. We'll see if we can go up to the upside right now. Diamonds bigger than your head is always a good thing. So we'll see if that ape gets weighed down by those diamonds. And right now the stock is getting weighed down, but we'll wait to see if it hits this level. I'm going to take more at 37.40, but we are running out of time. So either the imbalance comes out as sell and we get that and we probably get taken out if it hits that, or, okay, here we come, or it comes down, we retest some of these bottoms, and then we're able to support it and then head back to the north side. But we're just running out of time here. So I think, you know what, I mean, we've done a lot of videos on AMC and we're just trying to give our opinions and be truthful of some of the different articles and things that we see out there. But AMC has held this 31 very, very nicely. I believe we retested at least one more time. So we'll wait to see if that comes through. Not today, obviously, but that level probably needs to be tested one more time before it comes back up because we're still below that 50 period. I like to see bullish action, and you'll probably see me put bullish notes on this name when we're above the 50 period moving average. But for right now, we're still starting to head back to the downside. Let's play this for a little momentum break now, higher, and DIDI just chilling, and NVIDIA chilling as well. So those are my two plays right now.
We'll do that. Good look. And yeah, it's a good point about that imbalance. Good to clarify that up there because I don't think that's something we've mentioned before. You have to offset, which is, of course, true. APDN, it does do that whipsaw action. It bounces. When it actually tries to bounce off of that 665, Okay, it's really 666, but I say that number too much. It bounces shy of it. I actually get more shares in. You guys know I like to see a bounce off a support level and then get more only on the way up, not on the way down. And then on the way up, I'm not going to, you know what, look at gift horse mode. I don't have to hit the key. But in front of VWAP, I got a couple of legs out when it hit 7, and then it hit that 715 area. Again, I'll take the rest out in front of VWAP. It's the pop play, which has worked. I guess the bounce play, which has worked. NRXP, speaking of, yeah, buying the dip. Look, we bought the dip down here when it was putting in the higher trend. We then took the break. We scalped both those out. I buy the dip one more time here, but it's 350. You got to start thinking about getting flat. I think at this point, it got to 1710 on that break. So if I can take this out, it was like a 65 I got as a price. If I can take some of that for a 30, 40 cent win, I might have to go ahead and do that because we're running out of time. I have to be flat by the end of the day. So APDN will come out the last third of that one when it breaks 665. You take a little bit of a win on the rest, and I'm not going to hold on for dear life or average in when I got 10 minutes left. Same thing here with NRXP. Like, I don't even want this thing to break too far past break even. If it takes out this 1625, I'll get out. I mean, I'd hold on to it and be buying dips if this was like 140 or 150 or back in here, but this is 350, and I got to be flat at the end of the day. It just is what it is. I know some of you guys have been looking at neuro. I covered this, you know, I was actually short, got out flat, bought the dip, stared at it, did nothing about it, took it out, got some profit, got back in, and then took a small hit when it took 25. Looks like it feels like the trend is gone on neuro. I know it's held at 21. The hope that people have, I think, in this situation is the wipeout bottom from yesterday, high or low. That's about all I can give you here for neuro, and it did try to take out that top. It was a big time fail through that high of the day, guys. So, you know, there's some sign that maybe it has some life. This thing gets below that wipeout bottom of 1850 tomorrow, and it could get cut by a third. So that's a big level to watch in tomorrow's action on neuro, 1850.
Okay, so here comes the imbalance locator for you. I took Visa on it, so it's the biggest sell on here. And you know, the reason, I'm going to get to Asana, ASA, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Thank you, Nicole, I believe it was, for that request. I'll get to Asana in a second. I just want to show this. I'm going to be getting out of this soon. If we're wrong, we're wrong on it. I just hope that the momentum might bring this here, but I'm going to get out if it breaks above 65. So the imbalance comes out. I only took it, so again, you're not going to see me take these normally. There it comes. It just got out. So there it goes right back to the upside. So even though it's just sell right there, I took it because we cracked VWAP. They're on that sell. But it didn't do anything, so we'll take a quick hit there of 20 cents on Visa. Not a big trade at all. I mean, we're still pretty good today. But you know, so far so good on that. But I just wanted to show you that even though it comes out as a sell side right there, that doesn't mean anything. So you got to wait for that. But I took it because it was the biggest sell, and that we did break that. So most of the time, I'm going to need at least double confirmation on a trade that I make. So you know, that time I had the VWAP and we had the locator. So okay, it didn't work. All right, now ASAN. I mean, we're trying to create some action for you guys too, right? Because wouldn't that be fun if that actually went down? ASAN here. I don't know why, Nicole, this one is some kind of a squeeze play. I mean, if it was a squeeze play, congratulations, because the volume started to get ramped up. What day is this day? June 25th is an outlier here on volume. So I don't know if something was happening right there, but whenever you see these outliers for volume, I kind of go back to that day and say this bottom of 62, that might be a spot where we want to get long if it does retrace back into that spot. But you're already taking out all these levels. I mean, this is a daily chart. Beautiful long, Nicole. I mean, if you're in this on its IPO at 27 from October, so you're talking like obviously less than a year, let's call it 9 months, 10 months ago, you've gone from 27 to 73, so you've almost tripled up. Congratulations, 300% return. We'll take that all day long. So a good move up for Asana, and I would not get out of this. So you want me to analyze it? I'll do that. I just did. I think a good long is right here on this volume. So comes back into 62. I like that. And then I wouldn't get out at all. This is exactly the kind of chart. This is what I'm hoping AMD does, guys, where we come upside and then we can crack that high and then keep going. And it did that, man. Asana today cracked through 71, and now it's up to 73. So a nice little move. Congratulations, Nicole, for finding this one. That's a big trade, and you deserve to be rewarded if you're long anywhere down here. I may take off like a quarter or something like that. So now you're playing with house money if you're long at the IPO. But anytime in here, great trade for that one. ASAN moving upside. So in the technology space, a good name.
Absolutely, and good look. We answer all the questions we can try to get to. I see you guys saying IPA making another push to the upside. I mean, like I just saw this cluster here, 1450. This was also a halt price and a rejection at about 1425, 1430. So you're going to see it spike up. I'll anticipate there might be some sellers. I tried to join late to the party around that 14. And yeah, I probably shouldn't have offered exactly 14 after it rejected that price. Should have gone to like 95. But slowing down is IPA. That probably was a reversal right there. So is what it is. There's only 5 minutes left to go. I'm not chasing any kind of a move. Either I get my fill or I don't. In this case, I did not catch the fill on IPA. Brendo?
All right, we're just looking up that Asana, guys. September 20th, earnings for ASAN. Speaking of earnings, we have some big ones coming up after market tonight. And again, tomorrow morning before the open, guys.
So Snapchat is going to basically, we put that video out, and thanks to Valeri for throwing that out there. You're getting back to positive on the day, close enough to it on Snapchat. We're just looking for average daily users. That's it. There's really nothing else. ADU, and then we're looking for ARPU, average revenue per user. I love that ARPU. Something that was just coined a couple years ago when it matters to Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat, anything social media. Average revenue per user, ARPU. So tonight at the dinner table, say you're looking for some ARPU, and then we'll see what your kids think about that when you say that. But for me, I love Snapchat. I'm not in this name. I think when you're looking at a chart here, it's been very, very choppy. It's up 150% year over year, which is tripling. No, 150%. Yeah. 5 times the S&P, which is only 32%. So Snapchat, definitely a big outperformer. I remember their last earnings call was April 29th, I believe, right in here. So you got a dip down for some reason in the aftermarket, then a rip upside to at that time making nice highs there. But it's always ran into this problem at 65. So if you can see here, you draw a line at the 65 mark. I'm going to make a call. It's going to be pretty bold. I really think the technology is going to have a monster quarter. I could be completely wrong here. Microsoft all-time highs. Apple just touched all-time highs. NVIDIA off the split, very, very close to all-time highs as well. And Facebook's all-time highs. Google's all-time highs. And I know that's normally kind of like a death wish, but I don't think so this time around. Let's see how we report coming out here. And I think... I mean, I should have bought calls, really, now that I think about it. With only 4 minutes to go, I can't do that. But I wonder if, I don't think you buy calls the day of earnings. It's too inflated, the price you're going to be paying. But we could take out 72. Let's see if that happens for Snapchat.
Yeah, in Austin, yeah, Oracle all-time highs. You can keep going down that list. I apologize here because there was another name on that list,
Intel.
Honeywell. Look, no, Intel,
Oh, yeah.
You can watch the video for Intel. I mean, look, 53 to 58 it's been sitting in. They actually have to blow things out of the water with data storage. You guys can watch the video. You gotta blow things out of the water to take out that top. My chart for Honeywell does not want to load on the daily, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But just it looks like it's a solid company here, and I want to be able to sort of talk about this one approaching some interesting levels towards the upside here, and looking for a potential breakout. Look, it's been the tech space for sure. Honeywell maybe not squarely there, but maybe it should have been added to the list of interesting names to watch. Not the front of the list for any of us, I think, here today. But yeah, it's going to go on my watch just in case we get a test of a key level up at the top here on Honeywell. And just with only 3 minutes to go, just to go over a couple of names here. And one of the easy trading mistakes that you can have is not to have an out. So thankfully, had an out a couple of times on longs, buying dips on APDN. This one's going to close at 6:30. But guess what? Still above the breakout it had in the afternoon, and a big reversal from $7 right into that breakout price at 625. So still holding on to that level. Write that one down for tomorrow, because if we get a chance to play some action off of 625, I think it could be good on APDN. Stick around for the end of the day, or after the show is done, because you still get the trade of the day. It is DIDI. Sean still has it. Is it going into the auction?
I just realized I don't even have my key set up, so I got to set it up.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll put in the auction. We will put in the auction anyways, and then we'll see where it prints. So I don't even know which way DIDI is on here. Actually, that's the first thing. Let's find this out. We'll do some education on the auction tomorrow, because it's just too late right now to give you some examples. But where's D? A, B, C, D. Okay, DI. Okay, let's. Man, look at all the names there are here. Where's DIDI? It has to be a sell for me to put it in here. What am I doing here? HI, up. Where is it? MIL. Okay, I don't even see it on here. DIDI, I don't know. It might not even be on here. It's so small. But anyways,
Sean, I'll let you handle it. But with one other name that did have earnings today before we get out of here, I just want to note how strong Crocs has been today. It's up 10%, closing not at the highs, but I'm telling you, like you're splitting hairs at this point to say you're not closing at the highs. And like I'm not saying like. Some of these stocks can break out. We had Pepsi. We talked about Pepsi recently, which is a stock I liked, and it was breaking out to highs, and it gave you a fantastic trade after earnings. Crocs in the midst of a monster breakout, of course, here. It doesn't have to close at the highs to be impressive. That's why you want to look at key levels. We talked about that, 58.50 on Intel on the off chance they actually you get over like 130 on EPS, and then they can blow things out and then have some other good metrics there. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but you never know, and you got to be prepared for it. The real break is going to be in names like this that have strong looking charts like a Crocs.
So I found DIDI. I just punched out, guys. I don't. How does this even make any sense? Like DIDI right here.
900.
Yeah, no, that's on ARCA, but on the on the NYSE exchange, which is the one we're concerned about, it's a buy first of all, so I can't put it in the auction because I'm already short, so you have to sell it, so I wouldn't be able to do that. But it's only like 170 plus 80 left over, so that's not gonna do anything to the stock. So DIDI right now, we're out of that one, and look at, I mean, this is
what's the volume on the day?
58 mil. So look at this, 1096. Okay, with only 10 seconds left, but that's a monster winner for DIDI. That's why it's the trade of the day. Let's go, Valeria.
How are we going to have 87,000 in balance on that many shares? 3, 2, and 1. Ring it, Miss V.
And that's the close right there. So we'll see if we got negative, positive, whatever. We'll figure that out right now with Brendan. How did the markets wind up, my friend?
All positive, guys. Nice look overall for the markets. Let's have a quick look here. 0.2 for the S&P, 0.1 the Dow, the NASDAQ leading the way, almost 0.7 there to the upside. Crude oil, nice bounce back day. Worth noting, energy stocks followed suit. Yeah, some positivity at the bottom in crypto land as well.
2%. So it's not all positive. Shout out to Brazil. All the homies out there down 0.02%. Strong day in the markets. Yeah, Intel, I don't know, is it out already on Intel? Some movement here. I mean, look, you can get volume spikes, guys, before the numbers come out. I haven't really seen them. They could be out already. But either way, Intel to the upside here. I'll be happy, but I think this is a 5-year play.
Yeah, 5-year play. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see about Snapchat as well. I saw the implied move was about, someone put it on there, and thank you for that, about 538, I guess, in the option market. I don't know if it was Forerunner or somebody there on the chat. Sorry if I missed your name there, but you did put it in there, and I got to give respect to that. An implied move of about $5. So that would bring this to 68. I think we take it out if it's a beat, but I am worried also if it's a miss. I just feel like Snapchat has one of those things where they rely so heavily on the viewers that, or the users, that if it misses, it's going to be a problem. So Neil said Intel. We have Twitter. All of those. I don't see anything really moving here on my notes. So I don't think anything's really out. Oh yeah, there's Intel. Intel is out. So I can see right now, yeah, Intel does come out, and 57.58. So we talked about where that's going. Neil already mentioned it a little bit here as the daily chart trying to break out of that range. They just got there right now. We'll see if it breaks it through 57.50. Okay, we'll talk more about the earnings, but we got to go. So we're throwing you to our trade of the day, which is DIDI. And guys, honestly, as you're watching it, you'll be able to say, yeah, this dude actually did get the very bottom of the day. Obviously not on my full load, but that was a great hold, and that was part of the plan. I want to give a big thank you once again to Lucas and to Maggie over there on the ones and twos. We quite frankly wouldn't be anything without those two, so thank you for the hard work. Thank you to Rob, who's working in the back end as well, looking to build some more GIFs, build some more animations, and do a lot of work for all these videos that we put out. So Neil, Brendan, Valeria, and myself will all be back tomorrow. So enjoy your evening. Let's keep our fingers crossed for some of these earnings, and we'll check you tomorrow, which is going to be even a better show than today. See you guys.
Bye, guys.